Hello, the House of Tarot YouTube followers. Welcome to today's reading. Today we're doing our tarot reading with our original tarot and incorporating our winter Seasons of the Witch deck. And this is mostly about winter vibes. I was thinking of somebody who might need this. I'm also kind of channeling somebody who might be in a phase of their life or a season of their life, since we're working with the seasons, a season of their life where they're facing something alone, and possibly for the first time, or just something that they did not expect to face alone, that they are actually seeing something alone. I've been channeling this energy during the night, so I decided to do a reading about it. And this deck is definitely for a season in your life where you're possibly feeling alone, facing something alone, and just something new, just some self-discovery. It's a new season. So we're going to go ahead and go with our first card. And we have the Bear Medicine. There is no tomorrow without the healing of the past. For in stillness, you shall find yourself right where you are. Okay. So this is about medicine, a bear, kind of like a retreat I'm seeing as well. Kind of going within. There's no tomorrow until you're alone with yourself today. So something you possibly have to kind of come within for something today. So this might be for the listener who's just kind of looking to the future, or once it's tomorrow, or once we've passed this threshold, or once we've come to this marker, some sort of marker is also what I'm seeing, like a place marker or something, then things will be better. But there's something you need to face today. There's something that it's going to keep showing up until you face it. So whether that's kind of even breaking down and crying or writing it out, just some sort of message is in this where you have to face something today. There is no tomorrow without the healing of the past. For in stillness, you should find yourself where you are. So you'll keep finding yourself here if you don't face it. And I get that energy with kind of putting like a marker on something, like, well, after this year, it's going to be great. Or after 2025, or after Christmas, or once the new year starts, I'm going to start this thing. But it's something about some energy of going towards it today, facing your problems now. And there might be kind of like a momentous a thing that you just might, like, I feel like, have to do something very raw, just have to kind of be something that's not so kept. We also have Silent Night. So with this card, if by night the world should sleep, a sleep so deep, the silence by deafening, there would sound nothing at all. At all, nothing would sound. Okay, so kind of the stillness of a night. The numbers here are also 32 and 1, if that matters to somebody. So kind of, I believe, some sort of silence, some sort of silent. I feel like somebody might even be expecting a reaction, and there's just some sort of silence. And I also see this like one chair, just one person. So I feel like only you can get yourself through these hard times. And this might be in the stillness of the night and facing something right now, facing something today. So whether you have to face it by waking up at a certain hour to listen to something, to really listen deep within, or journaling, writing, even in a dream. I'm seeing some of you might be getting messages through a dream, but there is some sort of silent and facing something. We're going to go ahead and go with your tarot. Okay, we have the Seven of Swords. I feel like somebody really had a hold of you mentally as well. So for some of you that may be feeling alone, I feel like this is the safest place you had to get to for yourself. Kind of like this all or nothing. I feel like at this point, you kind of had to shake a lot of people off that weren't meant for you, or something in your environment away. This might be just one sole person. This could be any type of relationship, a friendship, just anybody that felt that they had some sort of command over you, some sort of hold where they can kind of know all these spots about you. And I feel like they kind of play with it. So that this isn't somebody that has the best intentions. I feel like they play with kind of your, I would say, like your craziness. They play with something about you that they know that you might have, that you might possess. So kind of being careful with giving that energy. I'm seeing this kind of falling away because I feel like you're reacting differently. And I feel like you might be reacting in some way that's kind of silent or not even there. I feel like you're there physically sometimes, but you're not really there mentally. And it's because of this kind of vibration, this type of person, this type of frequency, this type of energy of somebody that really knows they have a hold on you, and they just kind of take from this, as well as like to see you in this position. So they might be people that throw it in your face, people that remind you, people that don't believe the new you or where you're headed, or just a new reaction that you might have. I'm gonna go ahead and take for your subconscious, and we have the Page of Swords. So more sword energy. This is again with your spirit, and this is a very playfulness. I feel like your subconscious is having a lot of fun right now, in the sense that you have to really, even if this is alone, I kind of see you completely alone, and I feel like you're having a lot of fun with this. So whether you have to be where you're at right now in your environment, or stay kind of put where you're at, especially the time of the season that we're in, I'm seeing that there's a little playfulness of being by yourself, of being in your own energy, in your own company as well. So having fun with this is kind of in your subconscious mind, that you kind of are even planning things, and they no longer include who you thought they would include. They just kind of include yourself, like even planning like decor. It just kind of includes things within yourself, or plans within yourself. And I feel like this is a very good energy. I feel the Page of Swords is always a very childlike. Pages are very childlike, and I see this as children are very kind of selfish at times, in a very good way, because they're very into their own survival. I'm seeing this for yourself as well, just kind of a selfishness, a positive selfishness that needs to happen for your own survival. Ooh, we also have the King of Pentacles for your near future. I feel like this is going to go a long way, so whatever comes of it, I feel like just trust in it. This King of Pentacles is very much about just kind of security in some way, financial security, or some sort of stable security. So whether your house gets paid off, or some sort of lump sum comes into your possession, or even some sort of raise in your life, just a raise that can provide more for yourself, or more for your environment around you, more for your home, your structure, just things like that. So this is coming in the near future for a lot of you. And this possibly came from being by yourself, just being within that energy. You possibly got this grand idea and you had to go with it. And maybe I'm also getting the energy of, I had no choice. I keep hearing that. I had no choice but to succeed. So some of you might be put in a position where you're just going to have no choice but to succeed. So maybe a dream was not fulfilled, or just some sort of life that no longer manifested in the end of the day, where you just had no choice but to succeed, but to make something happen for yourself. So this is a lot of the solo energy, even with the bear. Ooh, okay, we have for the U placement, we have the Temperance. I see your soul finally leveling out. The U placement, getting the Temperance, is I see you much more grounded, much more leveled, much more centered as well. The way she's kind of distributing in that cup, the waters and such, I feel like it's a much more, I keep hearing self-centered, but I see it in a good way. So self-absorbed, self-involved in a very good way, just something that you're possibly giving towards another type of energy or another cause in your life, just is not working out. It's not going to. And I feel like you've gotten all the messages you need to where you're at this place of this self with this bear, with this silent night, and there's only one chair. It's only for yourself. So it's really about making your own dreams come true, making things happen for you, and no longer really taking into effect the original dream as well. We're going to take for your environment. Okay, your environment is surrounded by people that do the same, possibly hard work. There's hard work that goes into this. There's hard work of being involved in this. So this might be even with a therapy, a coach. I feel like there's a lot of pillars involved. So it's not just you by yourself. I feel like if you had to give a speech at the end of your life, these people are going, their faces will be there. You're going to thank them and things like that. So really think about what that possibly means to you. This could even be people on your YouTube, or also in books, just something that really changed you, just something that developed you, that changed you, that quantum leap that you had. So this is people, this is hard work people, and this is people that are into what you're into. So no one's going to make you feel bad. I feel like you might be coming from a place that someone wanted to make you feel bad. And I see a lot of twists and turns as well. So possibly twisting things, even the way this person's like kind of walking, like they kind of twisted a lot of things against you, against your own mind, things like that. And I feel like you're going to be surrounded by people that are non-judgmental, love to put in the work. I kind of have the same. I feel like you're venting to them, like da 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 blah blah blah. Even kind of being very raw about yourself. Like, I tend to do this, I tend to do that, and they're kind of listeners that you trust in them, and they kind of agree with you. Like, oh yeah, don't we all? So you never feel so weird. You never feel so out of place or disgusting or whatever. Whoever tried to make you feel bad, you never truly have to kind of fall into this. At the end of the day, I feel like it's something you're coming out of. I feel you above it. I have this feeling of you rising and you're kind of above it, but it's kind of at the expense of feeling alone, of being alone, of feeling by yourself, of kind of a retreat energy where you might feel lonely at times. So I feel like the environment will come if you keep at this. You keep at this journey with yourself. It's gonna take something for your hopes and fears. Okay. Again, just fear that you're a fraud. This card 5, fear that you cannot change, fear that, and I feel like this person's smirking, like they just love to see you squirm. They love to see you fall down again, to act like your old self. And I feel like you're just coming out of this carnival ride. I just see like a ride. You're just gonna jump off. Like these two people, like they kind of leave with nothing, and that might be it. Like you might not leave winning or losing. You just might leave with yourself, and that is a win. So kind of thinking of it that way. We're gonna take an outcome card for you, and we have the Queen of Cups. This is a beautiful card to come out with. Our queens are always about patience, knowledge, beauty, like extreme beauty. Not just, oh, she's cute. It's extreme beauty inside and out. Our cups are very emotional. So possibly this is definitely a reading of a spiritual awakening, a spiritual journey. This is a beautiful one at the end of the day. I see you go through this excessive journey. I'm saying excessive because I feel like you're at your ends with this. Like you're at your ends to where if you don't jump off, I feel like there'll be something very extreme. So I feel like even if this is just with you energetically jumping off, I feel like you come out of this as this beautiful Queen of Cups, this beautiful patient person. There's even like a baby here I keep kind of seeing. So possibly something having to do with like a little one that you can nurture, and a baby, things like that. So I definitely see you're on the right path. As always, there are no coincidences. It's just a journey to get there. You're definitely going through a journey. So with that, my dear listener, please visit me at thehouseoftarot.etsy.com. Take what resonates, leave the rest. I do offer readings at thehouseoftarot.etsy.com. So come visit me there. And with that, I leave you guys. Bye-bye.